because nothing is worth your peace being taken from you. Write this down, throw this down in the comments, put it up where you can see it, and then let it float in your auric ether and let it keep coming up for you and start working towards nothing being around that interrupts your peace. I'm at 90% in 2 years. And when this started, my life was a chaotic fucking mess. I'm also polyamorous. I live in 2 locations. I have 2 different partners. When you talk about so many opportunities to interrupt your peace, it's nuts. Like, my peace was fucked because nobody knew that we were polyamorous, that we were close to. Then we started letting people know, but then we weren't letting my parents. My dad's been dead since I was 12. We weren't letting my mom know. We weren't letting my brother know. We weren't letting my nephew know. We weren't letting my other brother know. We weren't there was still, my children didn't know. So there was still a chunk of people, even though our friends knew, that didn't know. And it interrupted the fuck out of my peace because I was hiding and lying. And I felt I needed to do that to protect my children and make sure that my one kid got to adulthood and didn't use it as a reason to spiral down out of control and then blame me because he didn't do what he needed to do because he was struggling with this life transition that Daniel and I had made. Right? So Daniel and I made the decision to keep it away from the children and the people closest to us because it was just, Ronan was our focus. And it was detrimental for me. But again, during this time, this quote's floating around in the auric ether, and I'm working and I'm working and I'm working. And then I start dropping little seeds like, hey, this is going to have to be over soon.